y'all. So today I have Quick Style with me. I'm truly honored.
Yay.
Hey
Quick
guys.
Style. Hello.
So happy
Thank
to
you
be
for having
here.
us.
But we're missing Bilal though.
Yes.
He's here.
Actually, he's here because they're twins.
Yes.
So he's basically representing both of them at the same time.
One person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the difference is he actually talks a lot.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
So he should have been here.
He should have been here
He actually suits podcasts a lot.
so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So I will do
But
my best.
we will do our best to kind of
Yes.
keep up with that.
Keep up
Yeah.
with it. Yeah. That's good. All right. So let's just get straight into it because Nasir was just saying that, when people are established, usually you don't know their backstory.
Yes.
So I
true.
think it would be good now that we get to know where you guys are from and your story.
Nice. Let's do it.
Nice.
First of all, how did you all meet? Like, okay, you guys are twins, but how did you get in with them?
We met in school or before school because they transferred from barneskole, like a children's school, to I think it's called high school,
Yeah.
ungdomsskole. And they had to transfer from another school to my school. So because my school had both, right?
Oh, okay.
And before, I think that summer that they were transferring over to our school, that's when we started meeting each other, like randomly in the playground, on the
yeah.
football field. And, we started kind of like getting in touch and becoming friends. And then,
Fun facts, we both had like baggy clothes.
yeah.
Oh, like the
Yeah,
hip hop
Like,
style.
yeah,
He
so-
had
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but no one did that.
Mm.
So when we came over to his area and we saw him, he had like huge baggy clothes like Eminem
But
t-shirts.
why did they have it in your area? Was it like posh?
Yeah, because kind of. We didn't
Okay.
play at where he used to.
Yeah, it was two
okay,
different
okay.
areas.
Yes.
Oh, all right, all
But
right.
they also kind of had the same references growing up in music when it comes to, they were listening a lot to Tupac and Bone Thugs, and they were like into
Yeah.
that, while I was like more on Eminem.
Oh,
So
So
it was
mo-
more like pop.
Yeah.
So, but while the other boys were playing football, so they were much more like in the sports
yeah.
outfits all the time, And so I think like we connected through fashion back in the
That's
days.
so
We were like
cool.
kids. We were like 12, 13, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, they transferred to my school, and then we started hanging out together, and we started to realize we have so much in common, like the taste in music. We were all in love with Michael.
Michael who?
Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Not
okay.
Jordan. Jordan as well. But we used to spend our breaks in school running, like going to my place, which is like 200 meters away, and then watching MJ's performances and music videos.
That's
that was
so
kind of like
cute.
the spark of inspiration.
Oh,
But we never thought we were going to start dancing. That was like, that came later.
later, yeah.
That's how we kind of like,
My first
Sorry.
interaction with him was like he literally take his sunglasses like this, and he did this, and like
And then he winked at you. So was it like sunnies or was it reading glasses?
yeah, he used to wear like huge the pilot
I can explain.
Oh,
I can
that's
with like
so
explain.
huge.
cool.
Then the hair was just falling down like this, and he was like super confident,
Yeah.
so confident, like just literally like
Put it down.
But I can explain.
always like gum in his mouth. Like,
Because we're both the youngest in our families. I have an
okay.
older sister and an older brother. They have 5 sisters and 1 older brother. So we're like the youngest. And when you're the youngest, you get so much room to
Oh my
express
God.
and
Oh,
play.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
agree,
Without
yeah.
without being
I'm the youngest too. Well, I'm next youngest, but yeah, I
Right,
know what
yeah.
you mean.
So you get that space to just be silly and be a
Yeah.
clown. You know what I mean? And your parents will always love you and let you do whatever you want. So that gives you that space to grow a personality.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
that is very unique, I would say.
Yeah.
And in my neighborhood, I was basically that person who always invited people home.
Literally.
Yeah, and it was like everything
And
was
it was
happening.
huge shocking for us as well because we thought he was just like a Vietnamese guy or something like
Oh
this.
yeah.
Thai Vietnamese, I didn't know the difference.
Yeah.
And then when I
And then you get to go there, have Thai food, and
Yeah.
it's halal.
yeah, and it's halal and it's Allah on the wall, and I'm like,
Yeah.
your name is Nasir? What's going on? Khan?
Yeah, that was a little bit different back in the days because I grew up with a lot of Pakistanis, Turkish, Somalis, and the community is mostly Islamic.
Yeah.
And so it was like perfect for me as well because I added that Asian spice to it, like
Yeah.
South,
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Asian
No,
spice.
we need it because
That's
there's
true.
not enough Southeast
Exactly.
Southeast
So
Asians here.
so no, but I grew up being a joker around my family and my friends, So they came from like, for me, they were like gangsters, like they would beat up people on a daily basis, and they would just be like, like super scary boys from another hood.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, when they came to my neighborhood, I was
You
like,
have to befriend
let me
them.
soften them a little bit. That's why I was like playing with them, like doing these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah.
It
So
was
that
too
was
soft.
Cool. Yeah.
But we were like collecting original stuff, like gaming, everything. We paid for it. I mean, I didn't pay for it. My older sisters did.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I was king of fakes.
but he had everything from Thailand, like all these CDs, like over 100 of gaming CDs.
Yeah.
Even the game who doesn't exist in Norway.
He had
Yeah.
them.
He had everything.
I mean, like
But
for
wait,
all
so
of
would you go all the way to Thai to get it, or
yes,
would they ship it?
of course. Like, okay, I'm sure that all of the people here who
we
are in
felt
this
like
room,
he just came from the future. Sometimes we were like, "Oh, where did you get this?"
okay,
from?"
maybe I think we're about the same age, and I think like if you're in the 90s, you grew up with PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and these games, right?
Yeah.
And growing up, if you're 10, 11, and you're asking your mom to buy a game that's like what 500 kroners,
Yeah, of
you would
course you're
get
not gonna
one
get it.
game a
year.
year,
Yeah,
and you would
yeah.
have to play that game so hard that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I came to Thailand, I met this street vendor that had games, and he was like,
Crazy.
he gave me an album, and he was like, "This is the games that I have." And I was sitting there for hours. I'm like, "What are these games?" It was just like everything,
Yeah.
and it was like
Like-
300 games. And he said, "Yeah, there's like 2 kroners per game."
Oh, that's insane. Yeah, of
You know
course
what I
you
mean?
have to get it.
Of course, and then, but
Yeah.
you have to chip your PlayStation. You have to like mod your PlayStation so it can play
This
downloaded
type of
games.
game.
Ah,
So it
okay.
bypasses basically the
I'm
the
telling you,
copyright.
Yeah,
he
the
came from
code,
the
yeah.
future. Like,
So
But
that's
was
why.
it still like? Can you tell it's fake when you're playing it or not?
No, no, no,
No.
no.
And then you shouldn't even
It's-
say it's
it was
fake.
dope.
It's
No,
real.
but it's like mixtape CDs. Where it's
Yeah.
just like
It was
The name of it. Oh, I
Harry
love it.
Potter, like on.
of course, we have to say it's fake because we paid for our shit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah, because
I paid for
it
some
matters
games,
for you. But do you guys used to have? Did you have the Pokemon fake ones? I would buy those.
Oh, the cards?
Yeah, the
No,
cards.
those I bought real.
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually had one time like fake, but you could tell by far it was fake. It was,
Oh, okay.
Everything was just glossy and spring
Yeah.
like
I had
sparkly.
a huge collection with Pokemon. Today I realize why didn't I take care of
Oh,
them?
same here. I
Yeah.
should have kept them.
Kept
Yeah.
them.
I feel like everyone in our generation have that line. Like
Right.
everybody had that first generation Pokemon cards, and
But
just-
you know, I don't have it because some of my friends they always say they should have invested in whatever company whenever it came, or like Bitcoin and stuff. For those, I don't mind missing out. But
Yeah.
Pokemon, the fact that I had it,
yeah.
Yes.
and then I don't have it anymore, I
Yeah.
think
Right.
that's
and
sad.
you don't really know exactly where you put it either. Because
Yeah.
for me, I'm like also I don't really remember throwing it. I don't remember.
Oh,
Selling
I think
it.
my
It's-
mom threw it because
Yeah.
we're moving houses. She's not going to carry the cards.
I think mine was like just outside and it started to rain.
Oh, no.
And I could just see all of them just getting
Dis-
destroyed
yeah,
by
dissolving.
day by day.
Yeah.
But I didn't do anything.
But I mean, since you mentioned crypto and all that, like the stories, horror stories of people losing
take
like
care of your
their
stuff, guys.
wallets and their value, like assets.
Everything is gone, yeah.
Yeah, but that's way much more like in terms of value than Pokemon cards. Obviously, people lose like $100 million.
Of course, I think if you have respect for money, then of course it's heartbreaking. But
True.
Pokemon is like, that's your
It's hard.
childhood.
Agree,
Yeah.
agree.
It's different.
I see.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
kind of agree with that.
So yeah, that's how we met.
So, but you know, like speaking of Islamic backgrounds, do you guys see? Of course, you're from. I think everyone is from different countries. But do you base your identity in like being Muslim?
Yes.
Would you say?
I would say we do.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on like, we're not that vocal already from the beginning because
Yeah.
we're dancers, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you like deep dive into our social medias,
Yeah.
you will see that we have the Islamic values
Yeah.
in how we create things when we travel. You will see just the basics of
Yeah.
Islamic values in us. I
Yeah.
would say.
But where we operate, it can be
Yeah.
sometimes very challenging.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, I agree. I have the
Entertainment is
same
hard.
issue.
It's
yeah,
hard.
It is,
It's
it
hard.
is.
You have to dodge a lot of things, and many times I asked Nasir that where would we be today if we didn't have that background?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
know.
Yeah.
So I feel like having this background, I feel more like a turtle,
Yeah, like yeah, and
taking
also
my
grounded.
time,
Yeah.
don't rush anything. But I'm pretty sure if we, we don't, obviously no alcohol, no
Yeah.
drugs. So if we didn't have this background and
Yeah.
we would be in touch with all these things,
Yeah.
where should,
Yeah, we
you know what I mean?
yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about this a few times because when you're in entertainment, you're often put in situations where there are alcohol, of course, and there
Yeah.
are drugs, and there are like
Yeah,
people. You know what I mean?
it's
So,
extremely
and
available
we
to
used
you.
to we used to travel and teach classes, like
Mm.
master classes in dance for students, 200, 300 students all over the world.
Yeah.
And they would always have these after parties and, like
Yeah,
get-togethers.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that is basically what people came for,
Yeah.
And we could see, like, if our international friends who were not Muslims, like how
Yeah.
they would treat that part of the event.
Yeah.
While we were like, when that happened, we came, danced a little bit, and we're like, okay, let's go sleep.
Oh, same here.
You know what I mean?
Whenever I go to events, it's like half an hour and then you leave because then it's like the pickup, the coke, the whatever it's
Exactly.
going around.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're not taking it, then
And I
what are you
think,
doing here?
and I think long term, I always tell Bilal Nasir that if you keep yourself healthy and away from these things, you will win long term.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of people do this type of drugs, and it's not good for your body. It's not good for your stomach. Not good at all. It's like
Yeah.
literally poison, right? So you might go faster. You connect with people faster, but when you go fast, everything can collapse fast
Yeah,
as well,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
You agree with that?
No, I agree. And like for someone who I live off of my looks, so if I were to do coke every week, I mean, you can tell.
You're done. You have
It,
no
it
nose
doesn't
anymore.
work. Yeah, you can't do it. And you can tell, like, when someone does a lot of drugs, you become a certain type of skinny. It's not healthy. You're not glowing anymore. You look very pale.
It was-
And you can't perform. And you guys need your bodies to perform.
Yes, and
100%.
I remember I was in China for a long period, and it was a guy. I don't want to mention his name, but he
You
was
should mention his name.
gas. Shout out to him.
Let's
I love
tag
him.
him.
I love him. I love this dude.
He just did. She meant as a joke, and he just.
No, but that
Yeah.
actually he don't mind.
Yeah, he don't mind.
He
He's
don't
like,
mind.
he's
He's
like, I'm the
open.
plug of China.
He's the
Oh, I
plug of
love
China, and his character, everything he does is like he's a huge inspiration for me. Even though he does his thing,
He's a street
Yeah.
artist, by the
Yeah,
way.
and
He
that's the
does
Oh,
graffiti
okay,
artist.
Yeah.
and that is also the beauty of being where we are today. We can connect with different people without judging them.
Of course, yeah.
But he was like, you know what? He saw me choreograph, right? So
Yeah.
I used to choreograph maybe one choreography, and I was happy with that.
Yeah.
And he was like, you should try cocaine. I'm like, why? He's like, you will be more progressive. You will maybe choreograph 4 or 5 more. I'm like, I think no, I don't think so. I'm too young for that. But he was he gave me that perspective. Like some people does that.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course,
to
of
go
course.
fast.
100%.
And you go fast, but and then I reflect after he said that, I start to think about so many people does that, but where do they get at the end?
Oh, yeah.
know?
There's no longevity in it.
Yeah. So I think I'm very blessed and happy with
The values.
the values I grew up with.
And we're so sensitive. We just realized that, like, if we eat, just like eat a little bit heavy or, like some spicy with him, like, we can feel our bodies, like, not functioning like it usually does the next day.
Oh.
So that's
Is it
how.
because of age?
No, that maybe. But I mean, like, as dancers as well, you can, one day you can feel like, I'm heavy today.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
'cause
mo-
you
I
have
can't-
to be light
You know,
to do-
or,
Yes.
or today I feel like I'm not catching up with the speed.
Like
So there's-
last night's session.
yeah, but that's another story. But I mean, like, because we are so sensitive, I feel like
You won't
if
touch
we
it.
would have been drinking alcohol or been doing drugs,
Ah,
that would
finished. Done.
affect so much.
Yeah.
And I don't think we would be able to control what we are controlling today.
Oh,
in our
exactly.
craft, of
Yeah.
course.
And since we are in this theme, I think even though I feel like in your naturally habit, when we create, you can be as crazy as you want.
True.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
absolutely, yeah.
but with this, I've been witnessing a lot of people doing these drugs and create. It's like more like they want to be satisfied there, but
Yeah.
it's nothing special. It's
It's like
just that
quick
you're
fix, yeah.
pleasuring yourself a
Yeah.
lot. But you can go into that, you know, the gaming nerding mode. You just create crazy stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
you don't feel it, but once you present it, you
Yeah.
can put that
Yeah,
feeling.
there's a way, there's a
Yeah.
gateway where you can get to the point of feeling high,
Oh,
super high,
absolutely. Yeah,
without, you know,
without
like
the drugs.
because
Yes.
for us
Yeah.
it's like, okay, if we dive into just movement
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
immersing
That
ourselves.
is one of our rule as well.
Yes.
Not too much pleasure
Yeah.
dance.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That happen only when we perform and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
everything else is just like strict,
And we
Yeah,
have
just-
practical.
Yeah, practice.
100%, and I feel like we have talk about it openly, like, you know, like it's
Yeah.
not like we mention it once a year and then we just
Yeah.
you know, we talk about it like now we're diving too deep, you know,
Yeah.
like now let's stay on the surface, like we
Yeah.
talk detailed when we create.
I think it's very important, just for like any human, to be able to transcend from the superficial, the average life without drugs. I mean, sometimes some people, they do it with meditation, and you know, we have in Islam, we have the Sufism where they do the movements and then
Yes.
they will transcend. I think for the mind, it's very healthy to be able to do that, especially
Nice.
if you don't have drugs. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's so exhausting
Chai
to be
and coffee.
present. Huh?
Chai.
Chai. No, I think it can be so exhausting to be constantly present or in your mind.
Yeah.
So you need to get out of your head, and there are more than one way to do it.
But you're saying it like I just realized that meditation and yoga and these things that have started to become like trendy that past, I would say, like 5-6 years,
Yeah.
have actually changed a lot of people into becoming more human. I mean, like
Yeah.
more alive, I would say.
absolutely,
And
yeah.
and now, like, whereas before it was hard to communicate
Yeah.
for us because we're always moving, we're always
Yeah.
dancing, and everything is always alive. So when you meet people who are like working 9 to 5 and very like, it's hard
Yeah.
to connect
Yeah.
because they are still in that mode while we are in another mode. But now when people have started meditating and becoming a little bit more chill, now it's much easier to connect,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like what you're saying, people are transcending through different
Yeah.
things.
I think there's a lot of corporate jobs, offices where they try to include or incorporate yoga or meditation, and then they actually see the studies show that the workers perform better when
It
they
is.
are
I
when they are
believe so.
connected.
Haven't you seen in Korea and Japan, they do like exercise dances
Oh
before?
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
These
And-
old ladies.
And they're like
In the
super
parks,
serious.
the
And the
Chinese-
face are like all serious and they're like doing these cute dances and they're so like, you know.
Oh,
But you
it's-
know, when you do it for a while, because I have this Chinese guy that I follow, and he does these movements, and it's quite heavy because it's so precise.
Oh yeah.
So it's almost like doing Pilates. It's so precise, but it's, you know.
We were in China. I remember it was that woman in the morning, 6 in the morning. It was so scary.
in the park 6 in the morning.
Yes,
Because
she was literally walking like this alone, super serious.
So, like
Yeah.
5 a.m. in the morning.
Long black hair,
Oh.
super like.
And she was walking fast.
Fast.
Like fast.
And you know, we are scared of this type of stuff. Not a monster, but
Yeah.
this is like so scary.
Dedication.
yeah, and it was
Oh,
like we had a
God.
photo
What
shoot.
is going on?
We had a photo shoot. We went super
I have a
early.
video.
We went super early. It was
Yeah.
like 4 a.m. or something. Nobody was out.
Mm.
And then you see this lady just walking by herself.
Like,
Yeah,
super
but it
weird.
must be some mental illness if she's doing that 4 in the morning.
No, but the thing is that in
exercise.
yeah, in China, exercise is super kind of like everybody does it in their own way. So you have people, you know, kicking over their heads and they're like 80 years old.
Yeah, but you do it 4 in the morning.
They do
Imagine
it
4
anytime.
in the morning, sunrise, rise and shine, hands up, and kakang, 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 kakang. And she's literally walking like this for 1 hour instead of walking like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So she gets the speed, yeah.
Yeah, it's China. They have some information we don't have. So we were like, what's going on? One,
Let's follow
it's
the
very
Chinese.
scary.
Yeah.
2, what's going on? 3, I think is something very
Yeah.
important here. I don't understand.
Those hips has to be really strong.
Or maybe it
Yeah.
was a ghost. We don't know. Maybe a jinn.
yeah, you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk about, speaking of Muslim identity, do you think, well, I remember when you guys went to Qatar and all my followers, they were so I mean, they were extremely proud of you guys to even going there. And when you went to Pakistan and you did the dances over there,
Yes.
Right.
yeah, I think I mean, obviously you're international, but the way you guys brought the community together was absolutely insane. I mean, I think I did one post on my story of you
Oh,
guys,
really?
and everyone went crazy.
Really?
Oh my
Wow.
God, you know
That's
them? They're
amazing.
so cool.
Wow.
That's
So
so
I
cool.
think
Amazing.
the way you guys have managed to bring such a positivity and light, it really has brought the community together.
I mean,
I'm happy that you mentioned
yeah.
that.
I mean, positivity and light is what we strive for, because that is actually something that ties in things that we like. Like our school, we have students. Our family give us that feeling of positivity and light. So, and also in Islam as well, like that's how we feel whenever we pray, whenever we are, doing anything in our religious way. We feel that positivity and that light. So when you say that, it just brings joy, because that's how we see things, but not always how other people see things.
Perceive it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also is it haven't been like a easy journey. It's a very I believe it's very important to bring your culture out,
Yeah.
but it's a timing for that.
Of course, yeah.
And our timing and our journey, we've been studying the Koreans, the Europeans, the Americans, everything with it. We've been taking hundred of dance classes and study a lot of dancers, study a lot of people. So we've been to that journey, being technical, being just nerd everything out of dance, right?
Yeah.
So in this journey, we are so blessed, so that we can connect, that we didn't connect that time,
Yeah.
but we're connecting now.
It took us almost 20 years until we realized that let's dance to our own music, like
Yes.
music
Oh,
that
yeah.
music that we grew up to,
Yeah.
And it shows that we don't do anything difficult,
Yeah,
but they can see the quality in there,
of course.
Absolutely.
because we can go difficult or hardcore,
Yeah.
but and it's been amazing journey, as Nasi mentioned, some people don't see that,
Yeah.
but we know what we are doing. We
Yes.
know we're connecting with a huge, like, I've been, it's Pakistan is like, I am original. My mom is Kashmiri, dad is Punjab. We grow up with this Punjabi culture, and suddenly you have like a whole life. You are watching the Koreans, you're watching the French dancers, you're
Yeah.
watching this, that. But I haven't opened that gate yet
Yeah.
because I'm not ready for it. And now it's just like once you
But do you
open it.
think is it a difference the way you were perceived? No, like were you more welcomed in Asia rather than here, or were they more
Yes.
skeptical in Europe or in Norway generally?
It's
The love there is
I mean, we've been getting
Next
love.
level.
We've been getting love everywhere.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to say that. Like even here in Norway, wherever we go, we've been received with.
But you were criticized.
We were.
like,
here is
from
more. They're
the-
more introverted. They're more like.
You're talking generally or just through that?
No, I don't mean from your followers. Now I meant more like, for instance, like how the media would be. They're much more critical of.
Of course. I
Here
mean, like
than
if
they are.
if you're talking about like media wise, we
Yeah.
long time ago just basically just never had any relationship with
Yeah.
with media here. Actually, nowhere. But
Yeah.
that's
I
why
mean,
that's
like-
how it doesn't impact us that much. That's why
Yeah.
we are keeping moving, because our schedule have been, especially that time when we went to Qatar, right?
Yeah.
We were actually like the day after we were doing a tour in universities in Karachi.
Yeah.
So we were visiting 6 different universities.
I think that's something Norwegian journalists don't understand because they sit in their asses in their little home and they think the whole
Yes.
world revolves on
But
that
to
little
be
place.
honest, we were actually just saying they're not educated.
No,
It's
they're very
okay.
ignorant.
They're not educated enough. How can they be like that
Yeah.
when that's the time when it comes? The world is big, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you guys are just not.
Get out of your houses,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Because I was the one who posted that post.
Yeah.
Right.
But did you when you posted, did you know
Yeah, I knew
the
everything.
backlash I was going to get?
Of
Yeah.
course. But that's what happened was like we were in day before we were in sauna, me and Yasin.
Yeah.
Just talking. It was like, yo, we're going, and we funded everything.
Yeah.
We went there by ourselves,
Yeah.
our own money. We did everything. And you know, it's funny that people are saying like they got sponsorship, they got a lot of money, and
But you could have gotten a lot of money if you wanted to.
yeah. But we kept it like in our own
Yeah.
way, right?
We got one question. Do you want to watch the World Cup?
Yeah.
Never watched the World Cup before.
Boom.
Yeah.
And it
That was like,
of
okay, and now
course.
we're in a time of our lives where we're not 12 years old and running on a soccer field in Lindeberg in Furuset.
But
Yeah.
the thing is,
So we had that opportunity, and of course,
Yeah.
and fun fact is, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That it was an issue, to be honest, because you know these last 20 years we've been traveling and doing our things, right? So I didn't know this was a issue that Western was so concerned about the minority
Qatar, yeah.
people
They're
in
not,
Qatar.
yeah.
I was like, oh
It's
wow,
such a fake and phony bullshit.
you did never care about me here.
I know.
Like
And then
I'm
I find it
Pakistani.
so-
Why like you don't care about
And
Pakistani
then it's
Indian
hilarious
people in
because
Qatar?
they're going to tell
don't
you
do
about
that.
your people. They're going to tell you about the Pakistani workers in Qatar.
Yes.
When they don't care about the Pakistani workers
Yes.
in Norway or Paris. Look what's happening in Paris
But-
now.
but we
So-
all know
so
what
once-
agenda was.
But once I
Yeah.
understood that, and Yasin told me, Yasin was like, you know, I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna go there. It's gonna be people. We're gonna get invited to a special place,
Yeah.
and suddenly we're gonna take pictures. It's gonna go out. It's gonna
Yeah.
leak out. We're gonna get problems. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not gonna happen. We're just gonna go watch the opening of a World Championship, like Morgan Freeman. We knew that Morgan Freeman gonna
Yeah,
open
yeah.
it with Jungkook from BTS.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It
Yeah.
was so nice.
Crazy.
So it started. So I was watching. I'm like, this is amazing. And then suddenly they were like, hey, you guys are invited up. And
Yeah, with the president.
Suddenly Yasin was like,
I told you.
I told you. And then we going up there and we met like, you know, I met Figo. I met so many
Yeah.
players I used to watch when I was little. I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I met a lot of Norwegian people.
Yeah, but you know they hide because
And-
Norway is they're such a hostile.
Yes.
They would go after you. So I understand if you're a Norwegian person. I mean, we have our backgrounds and we're a bit more thicker skin. But if I was a white Norwegian model, I wouldn't post.
No,
I wouldn't do it because it's a hate
I met
crime.
that too. I met that too. So
Yeah.
they were like, we are not going to post any of
Yeah.
it, but they were enjoying. You know, the way Nasir received and took that period and
Yeah.
how I did everything. Everyone had different way.
Yeah,
So we lean on each other,
Yeah.
and you can explain about that. But anyway, I'm just gonna go fast through. So we went up there, and suddenly the wife of
the president.
the president of FIFA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she came and she was a huge fan, and her like children loved to see our videos, and she wanted to invite us up. And suddenly Yasin watching me like this was like, I told you. And I'm like,
Another side.
oh, this is amazing.
Side-eye.
It is amazing.
And then suddenly we went up, and you know, you go through the security and all this.
Yeah.
And suddenly the Prince of Qatar, he stopped us.
Yeah.
And he was like, let me know anything. It's like super humble and
Yeah.
giving us that much love. And Yasin was watching me. I was like, this is going exactly where I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm like, but this is amazing.
It is
like,
amazing.
look at the service we're getting. And
Yeah.
then we went in. One more security guy went through him. And then one more security guy went through him. And then suddenly there was the FIFA
It
president.
was the
Yeah.
family though.
The family,
It was, like, it was a
kids.
family suit. So it was like
Yeah.
kids.
Adriana Lima.
Adriana
whatever.
Lima was there. I think they're connected somehow through family.
Yeah.
And then we went in and we just like took pictures with
It's lovely.
the kids and we had a
we
talk.
had like
and everything.
amazing conversation.
Yeah.
Like we
Suleman was trashing him about like, next time you have dance, you use us because this was trash.
I didn't like the dance performance, but anyway, I told
That
him.
was the first thing that he said.
And suddenly I start to understand. Like they start to tell me that he having a lot of problems because a lot of media attacking him with this
Yeah.
and that, and so I collected all that knowledge these last 2 days. So when I met him, I was like, "We are from Norway,"
Yeah.
and I watched him like deep in his eyes. I'm like,
Yeah.
"We're from Norway." He's like, "It's time for Western to wake up."
Yeah, they need
He
to get
just
over
told me
this
that,
shit.
and I'm like, it's so true. And we had a good talk, and we took picture, and I had the picture, and then I told Yasin, you predicted all this
Yeah.
yesterday, right? And I'm like, I'm posting this.
I'm so glad you did.
I'm gonna post this. And Bilal was like, don't do it. I'm like, why? Yasin was like, I mean, like, it's gonna be a lot of problem back home. And I'm like, but then we are not true to ourselves, right?
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
told Nasir, what do you think? He's like, yeah, post. I'm like, done.
Out, yeah.
Post. And then suddenly after we went to Black Eyed Peas concert, we saw, and then after 1 hour, we were in the main page.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
like, if you go back
it was
to
amazing.
if you go back to talking about how things are being received different places in the world,
Yeah.
my mom posted that picture on her Facebook saying like, "Oh my God, my son met the FIFA president," and then
Of
all the comments
course.
from Thailand, from
Yeah.
where we are from,
Japan,
everybody was
Korea.
like, "Oh my
Same
God,
here.
congratulations! This is really nice. This is really
Yeah.
cool." Like that's a different reaction.
Absolutely. It
and
is.
then
And-
and then of course, obviously the reactions that we have here at home. But the thing is that
We had never had so many Norwegian people on our comment section.
Coming with hate.
Ever. Like
no, I mean like
400.
just generally, like we
Yeah.
may.
But how was the Norwegian public? I mean, I know the media, they're so predictable and they're so narrow-minded, small-minded always. But how was the Norwegian public?
They didn't
We
like
did- yeah,
it.
no,
They
but
were
we
They
didn't
didn't
feel
like it?
anything. though.
No, we did.
Nobody
but-
said anything to
No,
us.
but
Like we
Okay.
would meet people, work
No,
with
no, no.
people. It would,
No, I mean on the comment section. Did they
Comment
come
section
with
was
hate?
oh
crazy.
yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
You know,
I was like, wow, I
find
didn't
it
know
I'm
we
so-
had.
so
I
disappointed
didn't know we had.
of you guys. I thought
No.
you were like, I'm like,
But I didn't
Because
know
the
that
rest of the year, they don't see you as Norwegian. You're bloody immigrants.
True.
Yeah.
And then whenever you don't behave, they think they are the masters, right? So now they're coming to correct the slaves.
Exactly, and
do
that-
not act out of
and that
out
is
of
the
order.
reason. That is the reason why it kind of doesn't connect with us and
Yeah.
hurt us.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
one thing is that if you had people that really supported and cared about you,
It would mean something.
and then they would go the other way, that would actually be like, yo, I think we disappointed some people. We need to,
Yeah.
But when you have zero people,
yeah.
kind of like caring,
Yeah.
and then you have add 3 more zeros and then a number caring because
Yeah.
we're doing this, for us that means that it's just basically like you see in Western media today.
Yeah.
Whatever that is blowing up and succeeding from the West or Asia or whatever,
They hate it.
the West is going to tear it down.
Yeah,
And
they
they're
are.
going to use everything they have, every power they have, media outlets. They will use politicians. They will use all the money they
Yeah.
have to tear everything down.
Yeah.
If Russia and China are becoming allies, we need to do something. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they organize things and then things happen like we
Exactly.
do, So
Yeah.
I see the whole picture. That's why
Yeah.
like the back end of everything that we see in the media is so
Yeah.
visible to me.
But it was
So
like-
I'm not caring about,
I
like,
love that,
what's
yeah.
on
We
the
won
surface.
world championship. We did so many things
Yeah.
during that time. Never in our life we were in that page.
Yeah.
Except Norwegian Got Talent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I feel like
the
I feel
newspaper.
like and when we came all over the news and stuff like that, I'm like that's a good PR.
Yeah.
We're
right?
relevant again.
Yeah, we are relevant
Yeah,
again. And
absolutely.
I loved it. I loved that people got to know who we are.
Absolutely, yeah.
What we are doing, especially
And I
in
think
Norway.
in this country
And-
we need more people with a lot of with more backbone because there is everyone just loves to follow whatever politicians or the propaganda is telling you or the media is telling you.
Right.
And then if one person is out of order, the whole country will do. They act like a mob.
Yeah, babe. Reason why I pressed that button and posted because I know this is going to educate them.
Yeah.
Because they're lost, they don't understand.
Hmm.
And I'm as a Norwegian, I'm also a little bit embarrassed that we are acting like
So
this.
far behind, yeah.
I'm very excited for the next World Cup. It's gonna happen in United States.
Yeah. I mean, they don't because. Now
I mean,
it's,
you're
it's
excited
quite
to see what's
obvious.
going to happen.
Yeah, who's gonna go there?
Everyone is going to go there.
Of
They're not going to
course.
say jack
And they
shit.
have
They're
the
gonna
most blood in their
celebrate.
hands,
Yeah,
right?
no, they don't care. It's all double standards. If
Yes.
black and brown people are doing something wrong, they all act like the moral God who sent them. Now they're going to correct everyone. But no one does genocide and terror them more than them. So they're not going to say anything about America. Or even now in France, no one hates immigrants and treat badly immigrants the way they do. Now that they're building the whole city for the Olympics.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Olympics.
and all these articles are coming up how they're treating. Not a single article is coming out of Norway, but they expect the whole world to be. No, I think I got a whole new level of respect for you guys when you did it.
We gotta think positive, to be honest. It's like,
But it wasn't
this
like
situation.
it wasn't meant to we didn't do it to trigger people. It wasn't
No.
like now we're doing it because we want people to perceive us differently. You know, even
No,
though
no, no, no,
even
of
when you
course not.
even when
Yeah.
you said what you said, like to us, of course, that's nice to hear. But I
Yeah.
mean, it was never like now we're gonna gain some kind of like, because for us, we do absolutely what we feel is right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when and
We had
everything is
good-
tied.
we had good
Everything is
talk.
tied in. Everything is tied in. When we speak to ourselves, are we doing anything wrong? And
Yeah,
if that
yeah.
answer is no, then you
Yeah,
go.
you gotta check
know,
with
like
yourself.
if we work with
Yeah.
orphanage in Uganda, and we do that because we feel we have connection with the people who do, and we really enjoyed it, like a full
Yeah.
week, and everything was really nice.
Yeah.
There are so many things from that week we could have posted and kind of like
Yeah.
glorify ourselves in that, but
Yeah.
there's almost nothing out
Yeah.
from that week, so I feel like for us it's more about sometimes we choose things that might hurt us in the public,
Yeah.
but we feel it's right.
That's
And
good.
sometimes we feel like it could give us a lot of gains,
Yeah.
but for us that's not important to share.
Yeah.
Then we keep that to ourselves. So it's not always tied in winning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Winning.
no, I know what
so
you mean.
so for us
But
that,
for so like in the grand scheme of things,
yeah.
you guys are very important. So if the way that the aftermath of everything, I think it plays a huge role in a society, and we need to grow. So I think it was very good that you guys did it, because now hopefully more Norwegians will have the courage to be themselves. So not everyone have to be the exact same personality. And also it's terrifying that individuals are attacked by the society so much that they have to go in hiding. They can't even enjoy a football. And what kind of dictatorship is that? It's wild.
I witnessed this guy.
It
He
was,
was
it was a mix of feeling. Reason why I posted it. It was not just because to educate. It was mix of feeling. You
Yeah.
know, we had good conversation with the guy.
Yeah.
It was amazing time. We had to post it.
That's good.
Yeah,
But
I witnessed the
do you guys-
hiding that you're talking
Yep.
about. Like I've
Oh,
seen
they-
guys,
A lot.
like with the phone,
It's-
looking around, and then like
It's
watching.
so sad.
Yeah,
People
and,
do that in my home country, but you can't, like, because we don't have freedom of speech. It's a
Right.
dictatorship.
Right.
So, but you come to Norway, they have all this freedom, but they have this such a huge social control, because they talk about social control in immigrant families,
Yeah.
but no one does social control like the Norwegian society. It's wild. People, they should be free to do whatever.
True.
But are you guys really like, so when things are rough, let's just say about that, so you have the whole media coming at you and things, are you guys really good with your mental health, and you talk to each other, and you talk through things, or does everyone kind of deal?
No,
On
we
their own.
definitely talk to things. Yeah, we
Yes.
talk through everything, every little like the same with dance. We discuss moves to the smallest details. We discuss everything.
So
as
if
well.
you're sad, you would call Sully and tell him.
Yeah, we would, like we would say, like,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling something. I'm
Yeah.
not feeling well. I'm not feeling inspired, motivated, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, So, and I think like that's really important because again, if we have thicker skin because of our upbringing, because of our background and everything, but if it would be anyone else, like
Yeah.
this incident of the mob that you're talking about, if that would be anyone else that we know, they would break.
Of course,
You know why? Because if we grew up on YouTube, like 2010, we posted our first video. We had 10,000 watching us we never expected. We had hate comments, we had love comments, we had
Yeah.
everything from very early on. Now we are 14 years later, and when
Yeah.
they come, it's not like it's gonna make a difference. It's,
Yeah, no.
but there are some people who are really impacted by that, and
Yeah.
and I'm thankful that we had all those years. When I
Of
look back,
experience.
when I
Yeah.
look back now, the way we kind of like handled each other, because what's
Yeah.
most important is that internally we take care of each other.
Oh, that's
it's
important,
not
yeah.
like how do we reply, how do we answer those people and whatever. It's like, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
We had to check with each other all the time because again, you feel it on your body when people are not happy with you.
Yeah.
And we are aware of energies, we are aware of that. So taking care of each other and just keeping our mission going on,
Yeah.
like I would say when we got that headline,
Yeah.
we were basically connecting with immigrants
Yeah.
During that time.
in their home country
Yeah.
during the same
That's
week.
funny, right?
While you know what I mean,
hypocrisy
like So the irony of people saying like that we don't care while we are in Karachi, while
we're there.
we're there.
We are
Oh my
actually breathing
You know
that
what I mean?
dust
So
in our nose.
that's why like for me, like I would rather spend my time and worry
Yeah.
connecting with these smiles and these
Yeah.
kids
Yeah,
that
yeah.
see us as hope than
Amazing.
connecting with these
That was-
keyboard
Yeah.
warriors that like just want to get something out of us,
Yeah.
you know. So that's why also we chose to not speak a lot because that would be too
Yeah,
much
yeah. Try to
attention.
defend
It
ourselves.
would be
We
too
know
much
who we
attention,
are.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
So-
amazing. During that time we were in Karachi. Karachi is full of pollution.
Yeah.
We are there.
Yeah.
Connecting
So-
with the people and
So
you know.
like what it's always important to stick to your mission.
Yeah.
And our mission is light and
Yeah.
hope and happiness, you know.
No, that's really good because it's not. I think mental health is very important. I have a lot of brothers, and it's so difficult to make them talk about how they're doing, right? Because I have to trick them into saying how they feel, you know? So I think it's really good that you guys have that brotherhood where.
Can you try it on us?
I'm doing it right now, aren't I? Now, what I do with my brothers is if they're watching football or if, driving somewhere, then they're so focused on something that if you ask them a question, they're just going to give you the right answer because they want you to shut
There's
up.
no emotional. Okay.
Right? They're just like, how you feel? Det har varit lite tufft. It's been a bit difficult.
Oh, wow.
They say it. But so I try to bring I have one younger brother. I took him to coffee house. I'm like, yo, let's have a coffee because I wanted to hear how he was doing.
My sister does the same.
Yeah, he drank. First of all, he drank the coffee so fast, and then he's like, "So what are we doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? We're supposed to sit here and talk and enjoy the coffee."
It's not awkward or something.
Yeah. So I figured that
you don't
doesn't
want to
work,
open that door.
right? So he hates that. So now I figured, okay, that doesn't work. So I had to find other ways of doing it because I think for them, they don't talk to their guy friends.
Yes.
So, so I think it's really great that you guys are in touch with each other
When
in
you
that
just
sense.
mentioned that scenario, that reminds me so much of my sister.
She
as
did
well.
that?
She does that all the time. Like, can we hang out? Can we go to a cafe? Can we drink something? And it's always like, I feel like I'm in that speed where
Yeah.
like, okay, what are we doing? You know, and
Yeah.
it's just like we're gonna
Yeah.
be friends. You know,
Yeah.
and talk to each other. And,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's like, hello,
Yeah.
come here.
But his sister is really good with that. Like,
Really?
yeah, they're very good with like staying in touch with you, connecting with you, just telling you like, I feel this about that. You know, like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they start conversation easily and
Very.
and very direct.
Direct, yeah.
Which make it easier.
Yeah,
Because if you're not direct,
Is it more difficult?
it's more difficult because then
Ah.
it becomes like a huge question mark. You know.
Oh, so
But
you
when-
don't know what's happening then. You're just
Yes.
like, where's this going?
It's
Yeah,
like,
but once you go direct, then you are forced to open up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I was like, I had a very horrible dream about one of my sister. I just called the day after.
Yeah.
Like same day, I was like, I dreamed this. If you have any like borrow money from someone, if you have an issue with someone, if
Yeah.
you have talk about someone with someone,
Yeah.
if you feel bad about that your friend didn't say hi to you,
Yeah.
whatever you have done,
Yeah.
fix it up right now. Like, and she's older than me, and she started to like really appreciate that I did that
Oh.
because she's like, you just open up everything.
Wow.
So she's cleaning up.
Oh,
Everything
that's
now.
amazing. You
She's
guys are
like-
close then.
Yeah, we close with them.
Yeah.
I can just call and tell her that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if you are borrowed like 15 kroners, like you
Yeah.
know, just whatever,
Clean slate.
just pay back and do everything, fix everything. Don't have anything issue with anyone. Don't hurt your heart. You have one life. Enjoy your life. Focus on your kids. Don't focus on someone else. Why should you care about someone else?
Yeah.
You know, I just said that because I had that dream. I could feel that pain.
Oh.
You know, so I really was like, now or never.
And
you
she
know?
resonated with it.
Yeah. And then suddenly my other sister called me day after. She was like, you just had a dream. Tell me about it.
And the gossiping started.
And she was like, you know, it's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes the dream can have a message. Also, Shaitan can play with you, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And all this. And I'm like, no, this was when I woke up, I was so blessed that I had this
Yeah.
dream. So I could call her and
So
tell
you
her
could call,
all
yeah.
this. And she actually thanked me and she just took a lot of action now. And
Yeah.
she's like, you just saved me.
Yeah.
So here's the opposite. He's the one calling his
So
sister.
I'm just like, "Gara, ta, 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 ta."
No, that's really good. But do you hate like? Because I do the same thing. If my brother tells me something, he's always like, "Don't tell the other sisters." But I feel like I have to.
Oh no,
No, but
you're one of those.
No. You know what it is? It's kind of like sometimes the issues are big, right? So I'm like, we need to gather around him.
Yeah.
We need to take care of him. We need to do this, that, da, da. And of course, I would never call my parents. I'm not going to call my dad
He'd be
or
like,
mom.
I'm never gonna trust you
Yeah,
anymore.
but
That's why he
has
drank the
this.
coffee.
Yeah, and left. No,
Wow.
but I never understood why men bother. Because if I tell my sister something and she tells the other sister or my other brother, I don't care. It's the same family. For me,
Yeah.
I just think, oh, it makes it easier because now I don't have to call my brother.
Yeah.
But men are so serious
Yes.
about that.
Sensitive.
Yeah.
They're selective of who they can share what information with, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So maybe this sister is more, like, can do this, but not this sister or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But I can see that, though. I can see that.
Do you have that?
No.
Yeah, for you, it's the same. The
I'm like
information.
you when you share one information to one person, if
Yeah.
that spreads, it's
Yeah.
like, yes. So,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
because it just saves time for you.
Yeah.
Like when we get home from a travel, I'm just like home and then I don't say anything.
Hmm.
So my parents used to invite Suli and Billy to my house and eat so that they could, because they're good at
Oh, they're
telling
good at sharing.
everything.
Yeah.
So they share like our
Yeah, he'd
trips,
be like-
who we meet, everything, and I'm just eating and just quiet,
Yeah.
and
I'm like, why don't you tell them?
and it
But are
could-
you socially drained? Is that why?
Yeah, actually, I believe.
Yeah, I go out, and when I'm out, I just
You wanna come home and
I share a
relax.
lot.
Yeah.
So and they are a little bit more like reserved.
Yeah.
And when we come home, I'm the one reserved, and
Yeah.
he's the one. They're the one sharing.
Oh.
It's true.
I actually never realized.
Yeah, but that's true.
Because I use a lot of
I'm always
energy on
like,
people.
"Ugh, why don't you tell them? This is so important.
And it could be like really like cool. I realize it as myself that it could be really big achievements as
Yeah.
well
yeah,
that people would come home celebrating. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even want to talk
You
about
wanna
it.
talk? Yeah, no,
I
I
just want to
get that,
come
I get
home
that.
and just be home.
I do the same
And then
thing.
but suddenly I'd be like, yeah, we're going to this country day after tomorrow, and then from there we're
and my
gonna
mom
go
is
there.
like, "Huh, you're
We're not-
traveling again tomorrow?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh. But I feel like that part is really hard because, well, at the beginning, my family did care about what I was doing and they
Right.
would keep up with it. I mean, my father, if there was anything coming up, I went to London for a shoot, and I met with my dad, and so like at the beginning they would pay attention, but now I think it's like no one. It's like yeah,
It's
I've
hard.
been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another cover, great. There's another campaign, great. But I don't share it with them. They just see it on social media. But when I meet, for me, it's important that I don't want to talk about work with my family. I want to talk about family things. So I just want to relax and chill and
Right.
talk nonsense.
I don't want
Right.
to do either of them.
But you know, it's crazy. They don't understand either the experience of it.
Yeah.
Like if I really brought my dad to Qatar, for
Yeah.
example, or Karachi to see like the love we get there,
Yeah.
he would be amazed.
Yeah.
You know, he can hear from some friends and stuff like what's going on, and he'd
Yeah.
be like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
But
Same here. My mother doesn't give a shit. She does not
don't care. You know, I just told my dad, look how we did and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
explained everything. You know what he told me?
What?
Give me the milk. Bring the milk. Because he was eating. He
But
don't
you know,
care.
I feel like that makes my life easier. What do you guys think of it when your parents don't care?
It's amazing.
It's a charm.
Right.
It's charming.
It's a
Yeah.
charming, and also like so many years we've been dancing. Like won world championship, did so many choreographies,
Yeah.
which we are very proud of, and
Yeah.
this technical stuff, right? And what I mean by technical is like advanced dance.
Yeah.
And you know, my mom always watch, and then suddenly she's in her own space,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, why, right? So I remember our first. I came to a studio. And I saw the guys practicing. They were like making a very difficult choreography, and you know, that time of life, I was like a little bit tired. I want to have something fun. I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to do something fun.
Yeah.
So I had a playlist called Worldwide. So you have like Iraqi music, Irani music, Somali music, Pakistani music, Indian music, like Thai music, everything. Everything is there. So I just play one of the song, and it was Iranian song, and I start to just move the way I would done if I was in a party or something.
Yeah.
So the guys also enjoyed. So they
Yeah.
just joined me. And
It
then
became light. Yeah.
suddenly Bilal came in from into the studio because I told him I was there. So he was in a party, so he came with a full suit.
He was in
Yeah.
a dinner.
Dinner. So
Yeah.
he was like came, he was like, I don't know what you guys doing, but this is my vibe.
Oh, okay.
It was very easy, no sweat, nothing.
Yeah.
So we called Bilal his style for no sweat style.
Ah,
because
so
he-
effortless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he don't
liked to
like
be
to
like
sweat.
just having fun and
Yeah.
feel himself, right? But we are like, how can we take our face down there?
Oh,
And
yeah.
everything have to be difficult.
Yeah.
And then he joined. We filmed it. We
Yeah.
posted, and it
That
went-
blew up.
Yeah,
blew up.
We
It went
became
viral.
like we became like
and then I showed this to my mom,
Yeah.
and she was like,
That's nice.
"Look how beautiful he looks."
She liked the suit?
Yeah. No, she just like love everything with
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, so many like 15 years, 16 years I've
Yeah,
been
it took
breaking
for
my
her to-
knees.
yeah.
They don't care. And we just used like literally 8
Yeah. Hmm.
minutes on this, and she just loved it.
And I think like that was the beginning of us understanding a little bit how much we can make things easier for ourselves.
Ah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like if you dial back to what kind of music
Exactly.
we dance to today and
Yeah.
how we are presenting ourselves in social media today is on a level where more people can understand.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
that's why like it was fun because me and him we walked in Grönland.
Yeah.
You know, and there was two
Yes.
Somali aunties.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we never had any like
No.
kind of connection with
Them.
elder
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
So we were at the grocery store, like the one where they sell fruits.
Yeah.
Outside there.
And then two Somali ladies was like looking at us like, "Skal dere danse i dag?" You know,
And
are
you
you
know-
guys gonna dance today? And that was when
I
Suli,
looked at him.
We're like, this.
You
this-
made it, yeah.
This, now we made it because now we became kind of a household name. You
Yeah.
know, like families and elder. You
Yeah,
know,
I
like,
can enjoy.
and
Yeah.
we realized that when we were in Pakistan as
That
well.
was a success.
Yeah.
Even in the airport, like uncle sitting there with the
Yeah.
mustache and
Yeah.
security guard just sitting there.
Yeah.
He
don't
wouldn't
care
know
about
who
who you
Jay-Z,
are.
he wouldn't
No, he
know who
doesn't
Kanye
care.
West is, he
Yeah.
wouldn't know
Care.
anyone.
But he sees us, he's like, quick style. And I'm like telling Yasin, look, this is a huge success.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is big.
But it always means more when those kinds of people, because they don't usually care.
Yeah.
So when they care, it's like, oh wow.
Because we've been chasing cool people all our lives,
Yeah.
and they're not giving you anything like any. It's more like, yeah, you guys are cool, and then
Yeah.
they move on with their own things.
Yeah, yeah.
But we met like grandmothers, like, you are my grandchildren,
Yeah.
you are my
that's
kids,
Yes.
you know, like, and we meet kids who are
Yeah.
like, you know, like wanting to hold our hands, you know, like
Yeah.
we become like
There's so
older
much
brothers
love,
for the
yeah.
kids, and we become the children of the older people.
Yeah.
And the beauty about this is most celebrities or, you know, the high profile people,
Yeah.
they can have a little bit like high horse kind of
Yeah,
attitude.
yeah, they can,
But
yeah.
towards us, they couldn't. You know why? Because their parents loved us.
Yeah.
Their parents were like, "Oh, I really want to meet the quick style. Or I love the quick style, whatever." So
Yeah.
when we met those actors
Yeah.
who are usually very like on their high
Yeah,
horse,
yeah.
they saw us. They came to us and were like, "I don't usually do this, but I'm a huge fan, and my mom love you guys." You know, like it's always like my
Yeah,
mom
yeah.
and my husband
Oh,
and
that's
my
the
kids,
best.
and that just became like our gateway into like so much access.
Yeah.
You know? But it
and
was
it's much more human touch, you know? It's
100%.
not- Yeah.
So there was no ego, no kind of like, you know, trying to be cooler than the other. It was just like
yeah.
your kids vibe with me, your grandparents vibe with me.
They're
then
organic.
exactly. And that was the beauty of the whole journey. And it still is, of course.
That's amazing.
That's the journey.
Yeah.
Still on it.
Still on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we've been doing this for such a long time, like even the 2-3 meetings or 4 meetings we've been having together the past 2 days just sparked like a whole new passion and inspiration and motivation for like the
yeah.
next 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
And it's
Just never give up. That's our motto, you know. We'll
Yeah.
never give up. Your time will come. You know, it's a period. It's have to be silence, and it's a
Yeah.
reason for that, right?
There's patience, yeah.
Yeah.
Just be patient. Don't give up. If you give up, of course, it's done. Finish.
Yeah.
If you keep continuing going, it will come a moment. It will come a time for that because you were patient.
Yeah.
You will keep going. He just mentioned these 2 days, and we had a friend yesterday. Amazing person. And I just told him, and by myself realized our journey.
Yeah.
Like why we have so much confidence, why we are doing what we are doing in the way we are doing.
Yeah.
And the reason is when we in after Norwegian Got Talent, when we won Norwegian Got Talent, literally we thought we were it.
Yeah.
Like we're the best.
Yeah, we made
And
it.
we made it. And you know, we always been saying like we're gonna be the world top dancers, right?
Yeah.
Because we've been studying a lot of styles.
Yeah.
But when we won Norwegian Got Talent and we got booked for shows, and we were the first dance group who got signed with a label, Sony
Yeah.
Music, right? So we were like, yeah. And as 18 years old, I'm earning so much money in 2
Yeah.
minutes shows.
Yeah.
You know, so we feel like we were on top of the game, and also that we were in Dubai. This is the story where it
Yeah,
starts. to get interested.
if it doesn't sound like it, he's basically dissing us right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're not proud of
Yeah.
being.
This is
being that
Yeah,
way.
of
embarrassing.
course,
Yeah,
but
it
if
was-
you're 18,
Yeah.
everyone thinks that if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get a little bit of something, you
Yes.
blow it out
Yeah,
of
we
proportion.
thought
Yeah.
like okay, we're earning this much money, and we are like, you know, very soon I have like the watch here and
Yeah.
feel like I'm already 50,
Yeah.
you know, and because as a 18 you're earning like 40,000 kroners each
Yeah.
for each shows for
Yeah.
2 minutes
Of course,
is crazy.
it's insane.
And suddenly we went to Dubai. I didn't want to do my exam. I was like, I'm going to Dubai with the guys because his sister used to study there, so
Yeah.
we had options.
This
right?
was 2012 or 2013 or something. Right?
This was no 2011.
11. Okay,
11.
so about
10, 11. Yeah.
13 years ago.
So and then suddenly we were in Burj Al Arab
yeah.
Yeah.
inside there,
In
you
the
know,
hotel.
white shirt, like feeling myself 100%. And suddenly I went to my phone and I started to watch
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And I saw, you know, we were watching a lot of dance studios, people who
Yeah.
organize a lot of camps and shows and stuff like this. So we're very, very updated on
Yeah.
what's going on. So suddenly someone in Denmark, Hip Drop, they invited a dance group called Shit Kings.
Okay.
And Shit Kings, they're...
I like that everyone in this room is like, okay, shit kings.
Yeah, but they're
In the dance world, that's like cool. Okay.
yeah,
Huge,
but
yeah.
so it's a group of 4 guys, 4 Japanese guys, and they're amazing dancers, you know. So that was our first introduction to these guys. They were performing in Denmark, and I saw the whole show,
Yeah.
and I lost my whole personality. My soul went out, and I watched it. I watched the guys, and I
Yeah.
was embarrassed. You know,
Because you compared.
then
Is that
my,
it?
my
Yeah.
passion came.
Because
Yeah.
they were so much better.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
suddenly went to the guys. I took from the beginning. I gave my phone to Nasir, and Bilal and Nasir was watching. While they were watching, I was like, "We're gonna quit Sony.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop working and doing these shows.
Yeah.
We're gonna open up our own thing. We're gonna start practicing. We're gonna travel the world and take classes.
Yeah.
We're gonna educate ourselves now. We're gonna be the best. Stop with this." So we went home. We said,
Yeah.
we
So you didn't chase the fame and the glitz and the glamour
yes.
and the, yeah.
So what we did, we started our new journey. We opened up the studio in Oslo. We paid like 25,000 kroners each month from our
That's
own
a lot of
pocket.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the studio started.
Yeah.
The studio journey started, right? Because our big brother was like, you cannot just pay this by
Yeah, we
yourself
would
and
pay that
Yeah.
rent to just practice a few
Practice
hours a
a few
day and then
hours
go
a day.
home, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
So we used to practice there, and then we opened YouTube channel. We used to travel where these guys
Went to.
teach. We took a lot of classes, and we posted our first choreography, which went viral,
Yeah.
and people started to love us. And we suddenly got one request from Spain to teach and have a performance.
That's
So
crazy.
we went there. We were in Spain for 1 week. We did teaching, a lot of hours of work. Every day was our work,
Yeah.
and
The salary.
people started to cry. We could see like the boundary between us touching down with people from overseas, right?
Yeah.
And we couldn't understand like why are they crying? What have we done, right? But at the end of the trip, we got the salary.
Why were they
Yeah.
crying though? Do you have to tell people
Crying
why they were
because
crying?
they were crying
They were
because
touched by the performance.
Yeah.
touched by the performance
Yeah.
and our presence and the
Yeah.
way we teach, and they basically loved the vibe we brought, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the trip, we got like the salaries. And we got like 5,000 kroners, 5,000 kroners, 5,000 kroners. And it was like
was
one
hum-
week's, it was,
Yeah.
1 week's work, yeah.
it humbled us.
Yeah.
And that journey took us like 8 years plus. We
Yeah.
were teaching the world. We pushed ourselves. You know, teaching one class is not easy. You have to scream literally 1 hour
Yeah.
and sweat.
90 minutes.
90 minutes. You
Yeah.
just have to scream and teach. We went to Brazil, we went to Japan, we went everywhere. Europe tour, America tour, with the best of the best dancers in the world.
I think that's very admirable because, it's so easy to get lost in the fame
Yeah.
and the glitz because that seemed, it makes you feel like you have made it more than you actually have. It's very deceiving.
Yes.
And also because it gives this facade to everyone else that you
Exactly.
have made it.
And-
So it makes you lazy almost.
Yes.
Yes.
And I can see that culture in Oslo a lot.
Yeah.
You know, people release something and they're like, they feel, okay, now I made it.
Yeah.
They
They
can,
have
they can
that-
feed on
they
they
have
can
that-
feed on
Yeah.
one achievement for
Yeah.
a very long time.
Yeah.
You know, they can adapt the you know, if what Drake have done in his music career
Yeah.
and what you have done in Oslo is two different things.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
act like him.
Exactly.
You're
but it's
not
changing
him.
now. Like
Yeah.
it's changing now because of everything is changing with TikTok and Instagram, social media also.
Yeah.
Because we're in a time now where content is
Instant.
overflowing and it's
Yeah.
instant and it's so much that
Yeah.
once you sit still for a moment, you're out.
Yeah,
Your
you're
career
out.
is dead.
Oh no,
So
you have
people
to
are
stay relevant.
people are pushing through, and
Yeah.
now it's
And it humbled them as
and
well.
now I feel like people are in that mentality and speed that they should have been 10 years ago as well.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's what Sully is talking about as well, where we felt like we did one thing, like let's
Yeah.
say Norwegian's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And people are like, you guys made it, stop,
Yeah.
just chill, sit on the
Yeah,
sofa,
we
make money,
heard
like
this a lot.
yeah, so relax,
You guys have to relax.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
relax.
Like, no.
And then we felt like, looking back in retrospect, if we stopped there,
No, you
that-
would have died
We
so
would have we
easily.
would
No
have
way.
been on like a reality show in
Yeah.
Norway and just like chilled.
No, the same
you
way.
know
I
what
think
mean?
everyone who's in the entertainment, like the first cover I did was Norwegian costume, and it did really well. And you get this sort of like, if it's the first hijabi, it's always culturally it made a huge impact. So, and then the feedback is so strong that you feel, oh, I've made it. But I've always wanted to do international, so
Right.
you can't really
No.
stop there.
So-
you have to.
So the
Keep
whole
going.
story of this, the point of this story is that we went through a lot of hours of traveling and teaching, met old people, young kids, humbled ourselves. And end of that journey, our salary got, of course,
Yeah, it humbled you too.
yeah. But at the end, we got to a point where we're like, okay, now our earning is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But from there, we start to decide like now we can move on.
But now we
Yeah.
deserve it though.
Now
You
we
know, 'cause
deserve it.
now
Absolutely, yeah.
Now we
yeah.
deserve it. So
it's-
now when I perform and all this, I know what I've been through.
Yeah.
So when you go viral, let's say like we went viral last like 2 summers or summers ago,
Yeah.
where like a video would get a billion impressions on Instagram,
yeah.
let's say, and people would be like, oh my god, like you guys went
That's
viral
a
over
one-hit wonder.
all of the interviews that we've
Yeah.
been through, like. How does it feel to go like viral over the night? Like what?
Oh, Lord, I
you know,
know,
and
it's
you know
so
what?
degrading.
And to me, yeah, and to me, I'm like, did you think we just woke up and did
And
that,
did a
and then
dance?
like we have
Yeah.
20 years, like we started
Yeah.
literally 2003,
Matter of
2004.
time.
Yeah.
It took 20 years, and what you're seeing is not just random dance. You see at least 15 years of professionalism
Yeah.
behind that joke or that playful dance.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? And but we explained that, and
Yeah.
we it's not like we're like, you don't know who we are. We were more like, we appreciated that they
Yeah.
see it that way, and then we educate them on like it's not that
Yeah.
always that
No,
easy.
I definitely think the young people, they need to hear this because when you have the social media and this instant gratification, everyone wants what's fast and they want it quickly and they want it as soon as possible. But it's not. When you look at the people that have been doing this for a very long time, there is some effort, hard work, and dedication into
Yeah,
it.
there's both, of course.
Yeah.
You know that some people who go viral over the night, and they are able to capitalize on that, that
Yeah.
motion, and then make it into a business and sustainable.
Yeah.
Respect. There's a lot of people that I've been following that had that one hit kind
Wonder,
of
yeah.
wonder, and then they just like don't know what to do anymore, or
Yeah.
they try to kind of like milk out that exact viral
Yeah,
video
yeah, you
more,
have redo
and then it's
it,
just
and
like
yeah, it
it's like a
doesn't
slow
work.
death, right?
Yeah.
And then you have some people who have that, and then all of a sudden they just know exactly the right step to do afterwards, so
Yeah.
that people know that, oh, there's more depth to that
Yeah.
person, and builds more from that. So
That's
there's
great.
so I have a lot of respect for those who also have that over the night success.
I
Only
don't.
if
I
you
kind of find them very boring.
no, but only if you in post that situation are able
Yeah.
to capitalize and do something with it. Because for me, it's hard. Like even though we have 20 years of experience and whatever, when you go viral and people are expecting things from you,
Yeah.
it's hard to know what step to take the next. It's not always easy. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So when people do the right thing, and there's very few, it's like out of 100, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's because their references, the people around them, how they are treating the situation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that goes into that to make it right, and that's what
Yeah.
I mean by respecting how they treat it afterwards. Because
Afterwards,
there's a
yeah.
lot of people who take the money, they go buy stuff, and they're like, now I'm rich and I'm balling.
Yeah,
and
because
that's,
those are the ones I have seen.
yeah, no, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about those. I'm talking about building businesses and actually
Making something out of
making
yeah. Like
something
if you
out.
get an opportunity, you maneuver it into something
Yes.
sustainable. Yeah, yeah.
And
Of
this
course,
is
of course.
interesting, especially in a time where things are moving so fast.
Mm.
Nobody can say that they're professional marketing, marketing experts, because marketing is changing day by day.
Oh, God, yeah.
So it's so fast, and
There's
when-
almost no need to go to university for it.
yeah, I mean,
because by
like
the time you finish, it's
14-year-old,
different.
14-year-old girls on TikTok are better marketing
Yeah.
people than 35, 40-year-old
Yeah.
guys in suits who have had like 8 years of studies in
Yeah.
marketing. So it's like,
No, it changes by some of these apps. It changes by the week. If
Yeah.
I'm not on for a whole week, it's like complete different world. You need to
and
catch up.
that
on it.
study, like,
Yeah.
it's weird to say this, but actually being on social media is educating yourself
Yeah,
on it, because these platforms are playing on so small details
yeah.
as face visibility, brightness in the videos, contrast,
Oh, God,
colors,
yeah.
saturation, length of
Oh,
the
I hate
video,
those things,
content,
yeah.
sound,
That's such
everything.
a-
I mean, there's so many details that
Yeah.
us old people are like, oh, this is a cool video, and then you have the kids who are like, no, we need to
Yeah.
pull the saturation a little bit. It needs to be shorter. We need it to end
Yeah.
on a feeling where people feel like they can get it. Like,
Yeah, you need
so
to
much.
build up the hype. Yeah, no,
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So there's a new time. There's a new time now.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Mm.
I
She said
personally-
it's exciting.
It's exciting. No, like because I would say I'm someone who's chronically online. Like
Yeah.
the majority of the stuff happening online, I know it.
Okay.
Because I'm there. But I feel like whenever I'm with my friends who are not, it's almost as if like I don't know what to say to them because because they're not catching the references, right?
Right.
Or if I'm like, oh, take a picture of me and. The thing with the lights, you need to know the lights, you need to know the vibe I'm going for. And it's like, take a picture and they wait. I'm like, so are you done? No, you are not posing. I'm not supposed to look. It's like the little things that
Yeah.
don't.
But
But I think it's different for us who, this is our job.
Are
this is
in
our
it,
lives.
yeah.
Yeah.
we love your content. Your
Yes.
content is amazing.
Thank you.
The
You
way
sh-
you do everything is
It's amazing.
No, likewise. I need to do more. But you guys catch on the reel and the TikToks. For you guys, it's perfect.
yeah,
Wait,
right.
wait.
I mean, like, it has been a big challenge. Like, we've been every meeting we've been to. Like, do you have TikTok?
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
We're like, no. And you could
I
like
hated that.
Yeah,
question.
you
30
gotta
minutes
get it.
of just bashing. Like, you guys are dancers. You guys are
I know.
visual artists.
TikTok,
You're not on
uh.
TikTok. And we
How does it make sense? I know. I
I'm
get
like,
the same
okay.
thing too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So once we started, it was like,
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom,
He
boom.
was in charge of him and his brother was in charge of like our TikTok journey.
Yeah.
And they went from
I
zero
call it
to
for the trash. Just throw everything
The
in
dump,
there.
the dump.
The
The dump,
dump
yeah.
it there.
No,
Clap, clap, clap.
now I actually believe it. I mean, it has huge potential. I'm sick and tired of Instagram,
Mm.
so I spend more time on TikTok now than I do on Instagram. But
Yeah,
my
that's
TikTok
changing.
is ghost, so I need to post more. Yeah,
We can
Yeah,
relate.
I believe in you.
yeah,
I mean, like, if you are a true artist and true for what you're doing, people will seek you.
Yeah.
Anyways, you just have to get out there. You
Yeah,
just
you
have
just
to
have
put
to put it
yourself
on,
there.
yeah.
If you're real, you're gonna reach out.
Yes. All right, guys.
Yes.
Thank you for the
Did
long
you get
talk.
Did you get everything that you wanted to?
I think so. Yeah, I had a blast. I don't know about the
Oh,
listeners.
yeah, I love
but
that.
Likewise.
Hey, if you're happy, we're happy.
I'm happy. I'm super happy.
We can sit here. And
We took
talk.
her to
Yeah.
the Chinese woman in China, to Qatar, to our childhood. So I think we've been
Yeah.
through a really like a
No,
roller coaster.
I did feel like I got to know you way more now than because we always meet at events and it's so fast and it's
Yeah,
quick, you know.
and Rhoda is
Yeah.
always like, hey.
I gotta go. I'm
Yeah,
always
yeah,
leaving.
always
I'm
busy. I'm
always
like,
leaving.
okay.
Yes, yes.
No, you guys are busy too.
So we have to start leaving as well, so we could leave together. With
Yes.
her, you
Yeah,
know?
that's what you know. What like always leave and go get kebab. That's what we
Yeah.
need to do. Yeah,
Wow.
But next
Yeah.
time we can get the kebab together.
yeah. Let's do that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
inshallah. But it was lovely talking to you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Thank you for having
And good
us
luck
here.
with the podcast. This,
Thank you, love. Thank
Hope
you.
this
Amazing.
becomes a big success and people can, listen
Allah.
to this without having any kind of like, getting the feeling of being a part of that unfiltered conversation. I feel like
Yes.
that is something that is more needed also in podcasts. Personally listening to a lot of them and it's
Yeah.
starting to becoming a lot more now. But before it was like just saying the right things and everybody was just like leaning towards what's safe and
Yeah.
which is I understand, but also we need to get to know people and
Yeah,
what
we
they
need
really
the human
feel.
touch of it. I think it's very important. I'm not seeking a career in politics, so I don't need to say everything what people want me to say. You know.
Well, you never know. Maybe one day.
Oh God, no, that would be the end of me.
No, by sitting here is amazing.
Yeah,
It feels
thank
right.
you. Thank
It
you for
feels right.
having us.
Congrats.
And thank you for all the team who's been patient with, been taking off our clothes because they make too much sound and adjusting our microphones. But
Yeah.
big shout out to Luf.
Yosh.
Yay! Look.
Yeah.